digital program. I do creative videos and sort of creative writing art videos, and today we are going to be doing affirmation bunting as a craft project. So basically you'll have lots of different supplies in your boxes, which I'll go through in a minute, and you can make the affirmation bunting. So you can draw, you can write anything on the bunting, and then we'll piece it all together, and hopefully you can stick it up if you want to. There's also some white tack in there to help you stick it up if you can. So the idea of the affirmation bunting is to have sort of images or pictures that sort of give you little reminders to be kind to yourself throughout the day, and to also like reflect and like hear reminders that you need to hear. So for me, they're going to be sort of focused on well-being affirmations, so sort of being kind to yourself, being mindful, reflecting, remembering to breathe, those sort of things. But anything that you want to remind yourself of, or sort of any positive reminders that you want to put up, you can put on your affirmation bunting. So just to go through the supplies, in your box you should have a long piece of yarn, which we're going to connect all of the different bunting pieces together. You should have some white tack, which means you can stick it up if you want to, but you can also use the yarn to tie it on something if you're not able to stick it up. You should also have some marker pens to draw or write on your bunting. And then lastly, of course, you should have your flag-shaped bunting triangle, which should have little holes in the top which you can thread the yarn through. Okay, so let's get started. So just to start off, you have all of your different coloured bunting pieces, and then if you want to plan out what you want to write on each one beforehand, that's absolutely fine, that's up to you. I had a little think before the video. So on the first one I wrote I am enough, which is something I think we all need to be reminded of sometimes, and I drew some little hearts, but I decided to sort of just do the affirmations first, and then I was going to decorate them later. So I started with a red pen, but then I decided to do them all in black pen to make them really clear, and to use the coloured pens to decorate around. So that one's today is a new day. And then the next one I did was breathe, because I think sometimes I need a reminder when I'm really stressed about something, or I'm not having a good day, to just take a minute to reflect and breathe. The next one is I am so strong. The next one is keep on growing, which is another really important one, because I think sometimes the idea is keep on going, but keeping on growing is also equally important, and realising how far you've come on something, whether it's a task or sort of like how you're doing on something, is really important, and giving yourself the credit you deserve when you've been working really hard on something. So this is all my different ones, and then I was going to decorate them. So I started with the keep on growing, and I did some little plants around it. So I just used the smaller marker pens, sort of a finer marker pen for this. So you could use a normal pen, but it's up to you how you decorate them. I tried to kind of fit the pictures to the affirmation, so all the pictures are going to be different depending on what the affirmation is saying. So I just coloured it in here, did the leaves blue, and then yeah, just carried on colouring it in. This would also be a really, really nice way to like make a gift for someone. Of course they're really nice to make for yourself, but also sort of giving An affirmation bunting to someone else would be really nice as well. I'm sure they'd really appreciate that if you ever needed to think of something to make for someone. So I sort of connected up the flowers with the words, and then I outlined the words just because, as you'll see on this video, I like to outline words. I think it gives it a really nice finish. Okay, so the next one is that I am enough. So I went for hearts on here because I felt like this one is all about self-care and self-love, and realising wherever you're at is okay, and sort of like accepting yourself no matter how you're feeling, no matter how you're doing. I'm realising that yes, it's great to sort of try harder and do better and push yourself, but also realising that you're always enough, despite how your day has gone. So again, as I said, I went around the letters because I think it looks really nice and defines the letters. And I used a red pen. They're my two that I've done. So the next one is today is a new day, which is something I need to remember a lot. I think sometimes when you're starting a new day, it can be really easy to sort of take the feelings you had from yesterday and sort of carry them over. But something I need to definitely remember is that every day is a new day, and every day is a new opportunity to do something new or to sort of try again on something. So that was definitely one that I needed to be reminded of. And I felt like it was really nice to have in the yellow because it reminds me of sunshine and sort of sunrises. So that's the one I went for. This is probably my favourite one of all of them, just because I like the way the sun looks on the bottom. And then I drew little clouds, just because I felt like it fit quite well. So that's that one. And then the next one was breathe. Another one I need to remember, because sometimes, as I said, I forget to sort of take time out. And I think at the moment, especially with sort of being inside a lot because of the pandemic, it can be really hard to remember to sort of take a break and breathe and sort of switch up your surroundings. So I did this one on green, because something that really helps me is going for a walk or going outside in nature if you can. So that's something that really helps me out. So I did sort of like the waves, because they sort of reminded me of when I try and be mindful and breathe, I usually imagine sort of waves and a beach, because that's the place that I find the calmest, sort of in the water. So I did that, but also the green reminds me of the nature that I spoke about. So you can really have fun with these patterns. That's sort of what I did with mine. And then the next one is I am so strong. This is going to be the last one that I'm going to put on my banner because I feel like it's a really good one to end on. Oh, I switched it over. This is One Step at a Time. Another great affirmation, I think, because it sort of reflects on how important it is to sort of give yourself time, be patient with yourself, be kind to yourself. It took me a good minute to think of what to put on this one, but I decided on little footsteps, which I will get to eventually. But yes, so I decided to draw little footsteps to show that it's okay to take it one step at a time. It's totally okay to sometimes struggle on something, or take it one step at a time, in terms of just break it down into manageable pieces that you feel you can do right now. Sometimes everything feels a bit much and it's a bit overwhelming, and that's absolutely okay. So here I am overlining the letters again, outlining them. And then finally I will go on to the last one, which I just showed you, that I am enough one. I'll just be in a minute. So this is the last. Oh, not I am enough. I am strong. I am so strong. This is a really important one. I wanted to put this one at the end of my banner, because I think it's an extremely important reminder that we are also strong and resilient, and sort of realizing your inner strength and your ability to get through things that sometimes seem too much is really important. I think sometimes we can forget our own strength. So I went for little stars because I thought that was quite cute. Yes, that's what I went for on this one. But you can of course draw any pictures, like I said, anything that you sort of associate with what you're writing. And I outlined the letters again. I think it looks quite cute with the stars. Another thing that would be really cute if you did like sort of a night sky type thing on yours, that would be really cute. I didn't do that myself, but I also smudged some of the pen, which I eventually fixed. I figured it out. Okay, so this is all of my designs. I'm lining them up in the order that I want them to hang. You can sort of decide the order however you want. I sort of did it in a way that, like, the order of waking up, what I need to see. So I started threading them through. Sometimes it helps if you thread through twice on the hole, just to sort of make it really secure, and also to keep the flags in place, which I will show you. You can see I'm going through double. So I'm just carrying on, popping them through. Sometimes the little holes break, so just be quite gentle with it if you can. But if they break, that's absolutely fine. You can always fix it with some sticky tape if you have any around. So that's what I did. And then I tied a knot at the end. You can see all the pen on my fingers because I've been drawing for a while. This is just me doing the first few. It's a little bit fiddly, but eventually you'll get there on it. And it'll look so good. I'm so excited to see them all. If you have a picture of your bunting hung up somewhere, or even just sort of laid down so I can see all the different ones you did, that would be so cool. I would love to see it. So that is my bunting done, I think. So then I will just show you quickly the different pieces. So these are all the different ones hung up. I think they look really cool all together. Something that I definitely need to think about is sort of saying these out loud each day. You don't have to do that, but sometimes saying things out loud, like affirmations, can sort of really help me personally when I'm trying to be mindful. So that's something that you could definitely do. But also just hanging them up in your room to sort of remind you and sort of keep you focused on these reminders, and positive affirmations can be really helpful. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I cannot wait to see your affirmation bunting if you send it in. So definitely send it in to mary@campmorty.com, or you can tag us on Instagram @campmorty. So I'll put those up on the screen. And yes, that would be so cool because I'd love to see the different things that you've created. Okay, cool. So I hope you have a lovely rest of the day, and I'll see you next time in the next video. See you later.